Hey, how's everybody doing out there? I know it's been forever since I've done one of these. I apologize, my bad. I wouldn't get back in the habit of doing this, I promise you. Hey, but we've been talking about our lives and how we're part of a story. And how, like, when we go to a movie or we see previews for a movie, we're attracted to the movie because of the story, the storyline. It intrigues us. It's something we want to be a part of, something we want to go see. And how God has chosen you and I to be part of a story. God's writing a story that began thousands of years ago, and He's chosen us to be a part of the story. Not only that, we're part of the big story, we're also part of a kind of a smaller story, and that's our lives. It's kind of like, you and I are producing a movie. And last week we talked about what would your title of your movie be, and we got some pretty interesting titles. Some of us, our stories are kind of like Beavis and Butthead, or they're like, Dumb and Dumber, or it's like, some horror movie. That's our story. Some are maybe romantic comedies, but some of them are, oh gosh, and some of them are pretty exciting, good stories. We all have different stories, but we're writing a story, we're living a story, and our story is being videotaped, and here it is. And last night we talked about our trailers. What kind of trailer would we produce? Just like in Hollywood, when we see things blow up and we see all this cool animated graphic computer stuff done, and it's amazing, blows our minds. We love that kind of stuff. There's subtle little things that take place along the way. And all those little subtle changes make the movie. But it's the subtle little things that you and I have in our lives that totally change us, right? Because when our priorities change, our actions change. That's subtle. And we have those subtle little priority changes, don't we? Just like me with this video blog. It's subtle, but I just stopped doing it, right? There's this change. Subtle little changes change our actions, and actions change our story. So we were writing this story, but if we're making these subtle little changes, like there have been subtle changes in this video the entire time, and maybe you picked up on it, maybe you haven't, but there's been subtle changes. Subtle changes change our story. I just wonder, I'm just curious, what subtle changes are you allowing in your life that's affecting the outcome of your story? You see, we're in the middle of writing a story, and right now, maybe your story started out exciting, then it got real boring. It can get exciting again by making a subtle change. And that subtle change could be this: I become more in tune to what the Holy Spirit's saying. I'm becoming more focused. I'm allowing Jesus to live in me and through me. I am making Jesus the center of my life, not something that sits on the shelf, not something that's on the side, but He is the center of my life. Your movie can have a totally different outcome, totally different ending, just by making subtle little changes. Now I want to encourage you to do that. If your movie is kind of a horror movie right now, or just some kind of stupid movie, or something, whatever, make those subtle changes. Begin putting more and more Jesus in your everyday life, making those subtle little changes. And when your priorities change, then your actions are going to change. And that's when the movie gets really good. Hey, I love you guys. I can't wait. In 2 weeks, Disciple Now is happening. And our Disciple Now is, what are you doing with your life? Chad's going to take what we've been talking about these last few weeks. He's going to take all that stuff, and he's going to put it together, and he's going to bring it home for us. That is the question that you and I need to be asking ourselves. What are we doing with our lives? Hey, I love you guys. I can't wait. Hey, if you haven't registered already, go online. Go to fbckstudentministry.com and register for DNOW. It's free. No cost. Free. Great time. Great weekend. Chad Hambrick, the speaker. Scott England leading worship. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be amazing. You know those guys. You know they're going to bring it. Hey, I love you. Can't wait to see you Wednesday night. See ya. Bye.